Welcome back, kiddos. We are ready to take on the very difficult boss here in the DLC, um, Sister Friede. We're going to try to go in with our great sword. I have a bad feeling it's not really going to work because she's really fast. And we're going to have our dodges on point, but we're going to give it a whirl and see how it goes. And Slave Knight Gale here does not require you to be embered to pull him up. So he will come in phase 2 of the fight if you summon him. So we are going to summon him for sure. So there are 3 phases. The first phase is just her in here fighting. The second phase is going to be her and Ariandel. Here's Ariandel, wanting his flail. And so they will both be attacking you. They have a common health pool, though, so there's that. We're going to try to just wail on this guy right here. Attack the chair is going to be the code. Attack the chair. And you'll see that when we get there. And then the last phase after you get through this phase is just Sister Friede with a lot of dark damage in addition to her frost damage that she's going to do. And there's a lot of fire all over the place. So totally epic fight, really epic. There isn't a ton of cheating involved in this one. There is some invisibility, which is kind of lame, but other than that, it's a pretty epic showdown. So you can parry her in the first phase. This is not a parrying shield, but we'll try and see if we can get a parry or 2 off. But we will also let the cutscenes go here, at least on this first attempt. Being honest with you, friends, it's probably going to take us several attempts here.
Bring Friede to me, please. Canst thou not see the flame flickering once again? Soon will it surge. I can see it, feel it.
Apparently Ariandel's from Scotland.
Fret not, Father. We have no need of thy flail. 'Tis only the flame quivering at misguided ash. Please avert thine eyes.
That sound of her sword, the metallic of her scythe, will be an indicator of when she's going to strike you. When she goes invisible. So just step in, get your parry on. And she has a pretty good parry window in this first phase, so don't be too frightened. But you can see that she does a ton of damage. So there she is. She's gone invisible. So you can, if you hear her, teleport out. So phase 1, pretty easy. Leads you into a false sense of security. You're thinking this is going to be a joke. And then things get crazy. So Friede here is this guy's daughter. So he's upset. plug your ears. Alright, so he has been, I don't know, chained to a chair. So our goal is going to be to try to get around the back of him and just wail on that chair. Hopefully, Slave Knight Gale will come in and keep her busy. She will put down frost damage, like a frost field that will hit you. There'll be frost that she will cast out of her scythe. She will also, in her third phase, there's not going to be much time to explain what's going to happen. In her third phase, she's going to have dark damage. She's going to be jumping all over the place, slamming down dark damage onto the ground. So you got to choose your points carefully. Okay, so there's Slave Knight Gale coming in. So trying to come around. See, he clears some ground pretty fast. And we just want to wail on the chair. So hit the chair. We could have come around. Oh, we got frostbite right there. We're a little unlucky in the fact that oh my god, I thought I rolled that. We were a little unlucky in the sense that she was right up against us. God, we got frostbitten again. Oh crap. Normally they're not right next to each other like they are right now. This is so super annoying. And we got frostbitten again. Son of a gun. So we went through way too much Estus on that phase. But you get a Titanite slab, or a second Titanite slab of the DLC. Now she is going to raise up from over there. You can't do any damage on her when she is doing that until she does this business. So we're just going to try to get our shots into her the best we can. When we have our openings, come around behind her. One good thing about having Gale is she can't hide from him. I know words. I can use words. And Gale did not last long at all. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. Except for that attack, running into her damage is pretty effective. And we got nailed with her nonsense. I think what happened is Slave Knight Gale in that second phase just sat there and got worked between Chairman and her. And all of his health just vanished because he was stupid, as all the NPCs are in this game. And it's so annoying that they will not play intelligently. They have no situational awareness whatsoever. Welcome, my people. We're ready to kill the last boss in the DLC. The most difficult boss in the game. I took several runs at her before. And had her almost all the way down, there is an NPC that we're going to bring along with us, Slave Knight Gale. Now, the deal with Slave Knight Gale, and why I'm so angry with him at this moment, is that in our first run, he went in and I pretty much one-offed her in Phase 1, and he shows up in Phase 2, and basically what happens is the bad dude wakes up, and you have her and Ariandel. So you have Friede, Sister Friede, who's sitting here, and Ariandel, and he basically stood between both of them and allowed his ass to get kicked. And as a result, he died in Phase 3, which left me taking down the boss at a much more powerful level, because when you bring in an NPC, the boss hits harder, has more health, and you hit less. So even so, I had her almost dead, and then I died because he was stupid. So I've also put on my parry shield. So I'm going to use the parry shield in the first phase of the fight. It has a more forgiving parry window. And I've been trying to save my embers. You'll notice I've gone through quite a few embers. So I'm trying to get through the first phase of the fight without having to ember. So we'll see how this goes. There will probably be multiple recordings, multiple deaths. So you can see you still take a big chunk of damage on her. Oh my god. And then she goes invisible, which, as you know, friends, is my huge irritation with boss fights. It's an added layer of difficulty that is stupid, because you don't know where she is. The only thing that keeps this from... She was over here. From... the only saving grace of this is that she... what's the word I want? There's a sound mechanic that you can kind of tell where she is. So at least there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cutscene play through. So basically, in Phase 2 here, Slave Knight Gale is going to show up, and he will come in and be a force of distraction, which will be good. So we're going to try to get rid of this guy, and the code is going to be attack the chair. Attack the chair on Dad here. This is Sister Friede's father. So he will take that bowl full of fire and start slamming it all over the place, because he's quite upset. Now, it's all pretty much RNG at this point on whether Slave Knight Gale is a help or a liability. So hopefully he's going to be a help and not a liability, but basically imagine him slamming that thing down and then Sister Friede attacking with her scythe from the other side. He basically just stands there and just gets absolutely pummeled. So we're hoping that's not the case this time, and that we'll have a whole lot of goodness going on. I'm going to use my Ember now. She's going to get up. Get up, Sister Friede. So I'm also going to flip my shield, because the parrying aspects are done. Yeah, you're very upset. Yes, we get that. So use that. flip my shield. And we're going to come around and basically try not to get frostbitten. Well, we got frostbitten, so there you go. What can you do? And we want to take him out as quickly as possible. Frost damage. So you can see Friede over there on the side, so it's kind of a cluster right now. We got our visceral. So we're going to go ahead and top off. So that went about as well as it could, so we'll see what happens. Now one of the things with Slave Knight Gale is that he knows where she is all the time. So when she teleports, he's going to know where she is. So we can't do any damage yet on her. And notice how he walked right into her mayhem. Now you can come around the back and get some backstabs in. So go ahead and get your backstab on. But she hits incredibly hard. Oh, he's out of Estus. Uh-oh, she was right there. There we go. Get up, Slave Knight Gale. Oh, she has iframes on that. I don't know if Gale is no longer with us now. We're frostbitten, that's not good. Gale is dead. Now it's just she and I. So she is just aggressive as fuck. Heal. I don't know if she can come through the wall. Apparently not. That's good for us. That you gotta dodge. Double heal. Alright, we're doing pretty well. Our Lothric Knight Greatsword is doing work for us. Almost have her. Whew. Stamina is our big issue now, so we're going to let that recharge. So here she goes into her bull crap. We do want to get out of the frostbittenness. No idea where she is. Oh my god. Boom! Boom! Yes! Yes! Whoo! Soul Sister Friede is exterminated. So what I'm going to do, I figured it would take me more tries. I will splice this video in with the video where I was dying so much, just to give you some more context for the fight and some of my failures. But yeah, she is no joke. She is extremely difficult, but she is the, like some people consider, the most difficult boss. So we're going to light this bonfire. We are going to come back to this bonfire. This takes you to the Dread Keep. We could do that now. The Dread Keep is where the next DLC begins. So we can travel back. So we got to remember Sister Friede. So let's travel back to Firelink Shrine. And I can show you what weapons you can get for her soul. I'm just so adrenaline pumping, I can't lie, friends. I was pretty furious in this is the wrong side. Pretty furious in the build up to that fight.
Aha, that so happened upon
Yay, I'm happy.
Twisted.
I did not mean to do that, of course. So you can get her Great Scythe, which requires both intelligence, dex. It requires all attributes basically. But if you want to use it, you can take Friede's stance and conjure magic bladed support scythe into the left hand, while the Great Scythe remains in the right. Stance derived from Friede's former swordsmanship, used for a normal attack to leap forward, swing twice, or a strong attack to coat the earth with running frost. Of course, it doesn't hit nearly as hard as the as it does in the boss fight. This is the flail, used by the bulbous father of the painted world to shred his own skin, producing blood to appease the flame. It's both a weapon and a miracle catalyst, so you can cast miracles with the weapon if you want. You can violently flail yourself to trigger an awakening that temporarily boosts strengths of miracles, just as the good father used the rose himself. So I imagine it takes your HP away when you use that. So 17 faith, scales off of faith, so if that's something you want to do, knock yourself out. We are not. So I'm going to go ahead here and chew up that soul. Chew up that soul. Chew up that soul. So basically, friends, we've got one DLC to go. Let's go grab some levels. That DLC is a little bit longer than this one, so probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 more episodes in our 100% walkthrough. Keep putting up our quality build here.
Farewell, Ashen One.
And this is where we'll pick up next time. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in our next adventure.